All right. Okay. Just to scratch the surface, in now today's fast-paced times, how are we growing our net worth, right? Some of us are actually still sticking to the traditional business, brick and mortar, whether you are a business owner, an employee, we earn our living through conventional business means, probably either selling a product, right? Or you're providing your services. Nothing wrong with a good, clean income, actually. So some of us actually take our investments further, like going to the bank offerings. We're talking about like fixed deposits, right? Saving plans, which generally is like more of a secured form of investing. Yep, maybe some of you will say, hey, growing your money 2.5% to 3.3 at the bank is a good idea. Although maybe it could be a little slower for some, some of you want a higher risk, higher return, which we look at investors looking at the higher risk appetite. You're talking about private investment schemes, right? Stock market, the FX market. We all know that these are like the high risk, high return investments. But of course, all these investments actually have high yields, but at the same time, some of them could result in losses. So we come to today's modern times, right? You see the new sources of income like popping up, such as online advertisements. You talk about your digital content creators, like those YouTubers, streamers, and travel bloggers. Some are actually doing quite well at what they do best, over at Facebook, Instagram, right? They create their content and their earnings are measured in the form of publicity, right? But at the same time, right, technology has brought us today here, where we are standing at the birth of cryptocurrency. Yes, our investment plan is actually centered around trading of digital currency, right? Some of us here are actually not familiar with how digital currency works, so I'll generally give you an understanding of what crypto is and how we can earn from it. Okay, so unlike fiat currency, fiat currency is something like, your regular currencies, US dollar, Malaysian ringgit, your Japanese yen. All these are actually regulated by the banks and governments. But crypto is maintained over decentralized system, right? All the transactions are actually cross-verified and recorded on something we call like a blockchain. You can imagine blockchain is something like your accounting ledger book that records all and each of every transaction that you do. Right. To help you understand better, actually, we have a short video in the next slide. But before we play the video, maybe just like a show of hands, how many of you here actually have traded crypto before? Maybe those who have experienced trading crypto, you can give +C in the chat box. You can type a +C if you have experienced trading crypto before. Anyone? Right? Maybe you have traded Bitcoin before, or Ethereum, or probably you heard of Dogecoin. Anybody with experience here? All right, regardless, anyway, we just go on with the video to help you understand better about cryptocurrency. All right.
Gold has always been valuable because it's desirable and limited in quantity. There's only so much gold in existence, and sure, you can take more out of the ground, but the more time passes, the harder and more expensive it is to find and mine gold. The same way, the value of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin lies in the fact that they're desirable and limited in quantity. Bitcoins are desirable because they facilitate transactions without middlemen, such as banks or PayPal, and there are lots of people willing to accept them. Other cryptocurrencies such as Litecoin are less widely used for transactions, therefore less desirable. Cryptocurrencies are limited in quantity because there's usually a cap on how many can be mined. For Bitcoin, it's 21 million. It varies from cryptocurrency to cryptocurrency. Cryptography is used to secure transactions and create new coins, which are given as rewards to people who solve complex math problems. Simply put, people invest processing power and electricity to receive coins, and just like with gold, mining gets harder and harder as time passes. As a short recap, two things make cryptocurrencies valuable: desirability and their limited quantity. Bitcoin is currently the leader, the gold of the cryptocurrency world, whereas other currencies are runners-up, like silver or copper.
So okay, we recap a bit. So you see, crypto is about desirability and limited quantity. So now that we are on the same page about crypto, let's see how crypto is traded. Okay, in fact, crypto is actually traded by speculating price movements on the exchange platform. Okay, what does this mean? Similar to what you know about your stock exchange board, right? Crypto also have their own exchange platforms. Okay, so what you see on your right here is the top 20 exchange platforms. Those of you who are actually familiar with all these names, you've probably heard of like Binance, Coinbase, Huobi, right? Some of you are probably already guessing, right? What exchange is our investment plan takes place on? Maybe you can take a few guesses. We'll be revealing the actual answer later in the session, right? Okay, so now that we know that trading takes place on secured major platforms, what is the mode of trading, right? Just like in the stock market, right? Commodities and precious metal trading. Crypto is also traded in terms of spot trading and futures, okay? Option trading is probably something more about your contracts and entering smart contracts. It's related about price and time, right? Arbitrage trading is something else different, okay? It's talking about the price gap difference on two different platform exchange, where it's cheaper, all right, where it's more expensive. You probably buy the coins from the cheaper exchange and then sell it on the higher price one. Okay, so it comes back down to individuals also, right? Most times, rather than trading ourselves, we often allow one or two individuals we call fund managers, right, to handle our investment. Just like how banks have their fund managers, right? Stock market have their fund managers. These people are responsible to make trading decisions to help grow our funds, right? So how do they decide on this investment decision? Actually, they also develop their trading strategies, right? Strategic calculations, and then how to execute them when the market condition is right. Okay, so let's take a look at the nature of trading. The most general understanding, right? We all know that the value in trading is buying low and selling high, which means we enter the market for a profitable price gap. To do this, most of the time we have to analyze the market, right? We have to take a look at chart patterns, right? Studying indicators and the signals. We have to apply proper risk management, right? And also money management rules just to get the best entry. And sometimes also the news will affect, right? The fundamental news will affect in spiking and dipping. All of these steps just to attain the best entry timing, which is a lot of work, right? So what if there's actually someone who can trade for you? Okay, in the next slide, we'll show you the comparison of manual trading versus automatic trading by robots. How do you like that, right? Okay, in manual trading, you see, the fund manager is responsible to make active decisions for each trade, right? Let's say when he's not facing the trading charts, right? He could be bathing, he could be sleeping, he could be jogging, right? His focus actually will not be thinking about the trade. Should I buy? Should I sell? All right. Compared with a bot that's actually monitoring the charts 24 hours all day long, right? At any point of the time when the market condition is favorable with the algorithm, cha-ching, right? It will make the trading decision for you, right? Secondly, even when your fund manager is actually on the job, focusing on the market, he needs to be attentive to execute the trade. What I mean, let's say, for example, if he spot the correct market condition, right? But he happens to be on a very important business meeting, or let's say there's a very important client call, he could have missed the best entry point, right? On the other hand, the bot is consistently monitoring, waiting all day just for the best entry, because the bot's sole single task actually is to provide the best trading execution for you, right? So its pure focus is always standing by, right? Thirdly, when comparing the speed of execution, right, bots actually can remove the human errors in trading. When we talk about human errors, of course, we don't hope it to happen, but it still happens, right? Because, it's human, right? it's just like some time ago, I have a trading buddy of mine who's been trading for about 2.5 years already, but he still makes mistakes. Let's say instead of clicking on going short, he actually accidentally clicked on going long. So these are the kind of human errors that tends to happen. This is also something automated trading can avoid for you. Now, next one, when it comes to back testing strategies to show performance records, actually it's a very, very tedious and time-consuming process. Right? At some point, it's actually hard for fund managers to back test their strategy due to the time required, the effort required, right? With our trading bot, actually all our investing strategies are already back tested, okay? And they also have great track record. We'll tell you more about the track records in the slides later, right? You can even refer to your introducer for more specific back-tested results, okay? In my opinion, actually these last 2 points actually is the most obvious result to compare manual trading versus automated trading. Right. Let's talk about human emotions during trading. So maybe a question to some of you experienced traders out here. How many times it happens to us about revenge trading? Okay, what I mean by revenge trading, let's say you've done your homework, right? You've done analyzing your charts, okay? You've checked all your indicators and signals and everything. You entered your position to go long, right? At let's say 100 USD, right? Within the next hour, market was not favorable, and then it hit your stop loss. Ayo, USD 100 gone, right? But you keep thinking to yourself, hey, impossible. I've done my homework, I've done my research, I've done my checks and signals and trading. You cannot be wrong. So you enter another long position, right? Enter another long position, 30 minutes later, oh my God, it hit your stop loss again. Then you're thinking to yourself, cannot be I cannot be wrong right? One more push, right? You enter another long position and yet it still hit your stop loss, okay? This is what we call by revenge trading, because emotionally you wanted to be right. You wanted to earn back, but the psychological moment was blocking you from analyzing the charts correctly. So just want you to take a deep breath. Picture this with me together, right? See, the bot has no emotion. It only knows how to analyze by itself, right? The bot has no psychological effect on anything. In fact, it doesn't even talk back to you, right? It doesn't get jealous of other bots. It doesn't even feel proud when it makes the correct decision. Yes, that's about botting. So lastly, we know about the transaction cost, right? Between fund managers and bots, we all know that fund manager is also an individual, so there's no way that you'll be working for free, right? So if you look at the other side, we have a hard-working bot that manage our investment funds, okay, for a much, much lower amount. We as investors, we know there's always a value in portfolio. Let's say if it earns us 100K, but if there's a management fee of 90K, oh my God, that portfolio is too expensive to maintain. So let me tell you that I assure you that our transaction fees are so low, you'll be surprised. We'll go through the fees later in the session, right? So for now, okay, let me tell you about the benefits of automated trading with BDD, right? Allow me to go through. For some of you that invested in robots before, I'm sure some of you are familiar with the activation fees. We're talking about installation fees. Those are what are the bots in the market they charge you for, whatever one-time charges that apply, right? Let me tell you that in our BDD bot is absolutely free to use. I repeat, free to use. Actually, there's no charges to download it. There's no monthly service fee, right? Okay. Secondly, there's also placement of funds in your own wallet, right? We're talking about security, right? We'll also go through the security in the next few slides, right? This service is also operated on Google Cloud, which means 24 hours uptime. 24 hours uptime will also result in 24 hours market monitoring by the bot. It's very, very hardworking. And since the bot is very flexible in terms of their trading strategy, right, it's also possible to customize to all types of different risk profile. Maybe you have a high risk, high return mindset, or maybe you have a conservative mindset, right? Okay, now when we talk about trading fees, which is how the developer earns, right? It is on commission basis on every profitable trade only, right? If it's a profiting trade, only got commission, right? We shall go through this in more detail later in the slides. I'll show you, right? With that said, the trade bot has also a proven track record, which we can share with you how the performance is and everything, the users' comments. On a side note, right? Trading with BDD also means that you are a part of a very supportive traders community, right? The community is ever ready to answer all your basic and advanced questions in trading, right? Last but not least, there's incentives also for team building. We'll go through all of this. Okay, so let's take an overview of this. Well, there's actually hundreds of bots out there in the market right now. We'll be ethically talking about our benefits. Instead, let me show you how wonderful our automation is. Let's start from the top. We're talking about funds and wallet security. Personally, I believe that funds and wallet security is actually the highest concern. After all, the safest place for my funds to be is actually in my own wallet. Do you agree on this? Right, maybe some of you will agree on this point with me. You can type in a exclamation mark if you think that funds and wallet security is also your highest concern. Maybe you can type in the chat box an exclamation mark. Right. Okay, since some of you also agree with me, let's take a look at funds and wallet security, right? Let's be informed, BDD bot only piggybacks on secure and reputable exchange platforms, which means that you need to create your own Binance or OKEX wallet. As you have seen earlier, right? Binance is currently the world's biggest crypto exchange platform. OKEX is also in the top 20, as in the chart earlier, we show you already. So BDD is not applicable for other exchange platforms. Let's say you talk about non-reputable, not recognized platforms. Those are the platforms that we will not work or collaborate together with, right? Let's take a look at how our money is safe in our own wallet, right? When you create your wallet, you are the only person that can access to your wallet, which means you deposit whenever you want, you withdraw whenever you like, right? So the full authority of your wallet is actually entirely handled by you, which means no such thing as lockdowns or forms of restrictions, everything, since you are in control of your funds, right? The bot will actually need your permission before it can access to trading. So this kind of permissions is what we call in the form of API, right? Let's go through this API very quickly, right? So API, what does it mean? How does it affect me? So API stands for Application Programming Interface. Actually, just to put it in simpler terms, it's a list of permission that allows two applications to talk to each other, right? It's a very simple permission list. Since it's a list, you can decide what the bot is permitted to do and not permitted to do. Excuse me. Actually, in today's lifestyle, we also been using API daily without us knowing. Okay, I'll give you one example. It's like your online shopping habits. Let's say Lazada or Shopee or even Amazon, right? Maybe you have made your purchase, okay? Then you are expecting the courier company to actually deliver your parcel, right? But since it haven't arrived, you actually go back to your Lazada app, you probably check on it, right? And what it works that it checks with the data of the courier company, and then you tell you that, okay, where the parcel is, when is the expected arrival, right? This is the example of two applications talking to each other, right? Lazada talking to Post Laju, right? Just like how we wanted our bot, BDD bot, to talk with Binance, right? So that's about API. So here is an extract from Binance, right? Remember, this is the world's largest crypto platform, right? And this is the overview of how API management works. Okay, if you take a look at these two snapshots, I just want to bring your attention down to the second snapshot there. Notice the parameter enable withdrawals is not ticked. Okay, which means that we don't give permission to the bot to make any withdrawals. In fact, what we give them is the permission to read balances, to trade spot and margin and whatnot, right? Other parameters related to trading only. So with this, we now know that our funds is actually totally safe, and what they can do is trade on our behalf only, right? All the bot can do is enter trades on our behalf, right? Okay, so now that we all know how it works with the security, we move on to cloud server operations, right? So we all know how efficient cloud synchronization is today in modern era. With the service being permanently online, we no longer need to worry about the robot service being disrupted. You see sometimes like blackout or hardware failure. This won't happen anymore with online cloud servers. Then in turn, it actually provides us 24 hours uptime, right? Which means that the bot is also managed by dedicated servers and high performance servers on Google Cloud. Right. One other benefit we know that is that we are protected by Google's trusted service. We're talking about defense against cyber attacks, right? Hacking, viruses, malicious software. All this won't happen since our server operation is based on Google Cloud, right? So here's a quote actually by Warren Buffett. If you know him, he's actually a very well-known trader. Just to quote him, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Think about this for a while, right? Let his advice sink in. How are we able to achieve this? What do you think? Yes, actually it's possible with automated trading, right? With BDD automated trading. As I mentioned before, right? 24 hours constant market monitoring, right? This is only possible with a trading robot. You know that fund managers are not able to do this since they also need to sleep, need to do their own things, right? Imagine able to enter at the best market position, right? You're talking about entering your trading position even while you sleep. Isn't this beautiful, right? It is exactly what we consider a hands-free trading approach. Regardless whether you are deep in the sea diving, right, or camping in the forest, isolated from telecommunications, right, or maybe you're in the sky on a flight, offline or online, it doesn't matter, right? Your bot is actually continuously looking at the market just for you, right? Okay. So here comes the big question. What is the real cost of using BDD bot, right? As we showed you earlier. As we mentioned before, usage and installation of the bot is actually absolutely free, okay? In fact, being a part of the community does not even incur any membership fee or annual fees. So how does the developer and bot earns? Okay, the only condition is commission-based, which means you see, the bot makes a profiting trade, then only it takes a cut in the form of commission, right? This fee is actually working on a prepaid system now. We call this a BS point system. I'll show you in the next slide, right? Okay, so for this BS point system, actually it requires a very small prepaid amount for the bot to be activated, right? So remember what I said about the values of deducted based on a profitable trade. Its commission rate actually varies on risk profiles and trading frequencies. But the best part is that the rate is as low as 20%. To put this in an example, let's say if the bot trades for you, right? It enters a trading position and it closes with a profit of $10. Only then it will deduct its commission fee of $2 from your BS point wallet here. Okay, so in other words, it's like a freelance sales agent, right? You only pay your sales agent commission when they bring profit to you. Nice, right? Okay, so there actually are many trading profiles available on the board lah. We're talking about master trading profile, high frequency strategy, all these sorts of strategy, hedging and so forth. Rather than going through each of these strategies specifically, I just want to point out that no matter what kind of investment mindset you have, okay, our bot is actually able to cater to your preference. If you think you have a special investment strategy or you're probably your own mindset, right? This bot is flexible. We can adjust to how you want it to trade. Okay, guys, we keep this session to introductory level because some beginners here or first timers, they are not well versed with trading, so we'll try not to confuse them, right? For the experienced traders and advanced users who actually you want to share your ideas and discuss your ideas, don't worry, right? We can actually invite you to, there's an advanced class session, and then we can introduce you to our technical support team lah. So let's just talk about this trading, right? The multiple profiles is for different appetites. Okay, actually, I'm a bit curious also lah. In our group today, we have all different mindsets. If you are someone with a conservative mindset, maybe you can type a single dollar sign here in the chat box. Or maybe if you are a medium risk, medium return kind of investor, you can type in a double dollar sign for me. And maybe you have a high risk, high return type. You can see, is there anyone with a triple dollar sign here? No matter what kind of mindset you have, actually, the bot is very, very flexible, right? Okay. So who are actually these people in the technical support team? Rather than the bot offerings in the market right now, okay? You see most of the bot suppliers nowadays, they just push you a bot, and after that they leave you by yourself. You have to adjust everything by yourself. But no, here in BDD, actually we have a growing and healthy traders community, okay? We talk about seasoned traders who are actually willing to help you. These are the traders themselves that are actually continuously monitoring the market, and then they fine-tune the bot for the trading algorithm. Okay, so mind you, actually they provide all this optimization at no added cost. Like I said earlier, right? The support team works like a community. Okay, and advanced users are actually welcome to join us in the technical forum to understand more on how this trading strategy works, right? Just saying, if you're experienced with stochastics, right, your MACD, your exponential moving averages and whatnot indicators, you can refer with your introducer for more details on how to join our advanced class, right? Of course, last but not least, the community also provides guidance and mentorship. What we mean by team building experience, okay? Well, this is not the main purpose of the bot support team, right? Your introducer can probably explain more in detail how you can build your own trading team and get incentives. Isn't that great? Right? So just to share with you, right, this is a snapshot of a virtual discussion taking place on the trading strategies. Notice on the top right corner, then we have the speaker actually explaining all the strategies in depth, and then they're showing the key areas on the charts, all right, where are the key points and everything. All right, next here we can see more advanced traders in specific and technical discussions. We're talking about a group of us all here together about talking about the market changes, the market news, right? Strategy fine-tuning, and then also last, the indicators adjustment. You can also refer with your introducer, right? If you need to join in the session's time slot, right? Okay, here we come a bit more off topic, right? We're talking a bit more about team building, right? Now that you're happily earning, now you know that you know how to earn and you're already earning. Don't you want to introduce this investment program to your buddies, right? With that in mind, okay, BDD investment program has a separate referral plan that offers incentive for everybody that you bring in to help them earn. Okay, incentives range from 10%, right, of your invitees reload, right, for every tier that you climb. Okay, which means as we just want to stay on track for this presentation session, about the BDD trading program, right, rather than the recruitment program. So you can probably talk to your introducer on how to join our team talk sessions, right? Now we move on to something more exciting, right? We're talking about the performance track record. Okay. Let me show you that this user who joined recently, you see he has created his wallet on the Binance exchange platform, right? This is his screenshot in the earlier stages. You take a look at his balance there is 500, 505. Actually, he started with 500. Okay, so trading results after 10 days. Okay, we can see that his balance grew to 539, right? All the user did was he created his wallet, right? This is on Binance. He activated the bot permission list, right? And then he confirmed his trading profile, his risk appetite, and the rest was automatic. Wow, amazing, right? Okay, so now we move on to another user with higher risk appetite. Okay, notice on the left there, he started his trading journey from 29 September, right? And then by 14 October, we can see his balance grew to 5206. Wow. In total, that's almost about 800 plus USD in earnings. All this actually just from automatic trading, right? So just to share with you guys also, all right, these are some of the comments by the current users of the BDD trading bot. All right, pardon the comments all in Chinese. We also have a lot of international users. All right, just to note that the BDD bot is also endorsed by a lot of online influencers and core users. When you were talking about core users, these guys are actually the veteran crypto traders who's been exposed in trading cryptocurrency for 3 to 5 years, right? So there's a lot of good feedback that they provide, right? Especially on BDD's track performance record. Okay, so with that in mind, we've come to near the end of the session. Is there any questions that you guys would like to clarify with us? Maybe if you have any questions, you can unmute your mic, right? You can probably ask your questions or type in the chat box so we can actually help you. Yep, guys, don't be shy. If you have anything to clarify at all, right, you can ask your questions here. We are all here willing and willing to answer your questions. Okay, here's a question from Alice, right? She's asking minimum how many capital can start? Okay, actually this is a very subjective question, right? Since every trader have different mindset, right? So true amount to invest actually is different for everyone, but we recommend around USD 200 to actually match with our master trading profile. Actually, because this profile will be diversified across multiple digital currencies. We're talking about 12 to 14 currencies. So we recommend the starting amount to be around 200 US dollars, right? Okay. Peter Go asks, can the bot buy a short position, right? As in short going sell position. Yes, actually this bot is much more flexible compared with the market bots. What they have. Most bots in the market, they're actually only doing a very straightforward specific strategy, which is buying low, right, selling high. But BDD bot is actually possible to go both ways. We're talking about buying and selling, right? They actually analyze the market, and then if it's suitable to go short, yes, the bot will actually enter a short position. I hope this answers your question. So it goes both ways. The bot can go up, I mean go for long, and also go for short positions. Yep. Right. Here's another question from Julie, right? Is that mean my capital and profit in my exchange account? Can I withdraw anytime I want? Yes, actually, right, to answer your question, you see, your funds are deposited in your own wallet. It's either Binance or OKEX wallet. So which means that it's totally in your control. The only thing is that you provide the permission for the bot to trade on your behalf. The funds is actually all within your own control. So yes, you can also withdraw anytime you want, right? There should be no restrictions at all. I hope this answers your question. Right? Okay. Here we have another question from Louis, right? Do you have the strategy class for the robot settings? Right, all these are actually in plan motion. Okay, we are also setting up the timetables and the classes for the advanced user session. You can find out more when the time slot is from your introducer, right? We'll also be announcing the time slot for advanced sessions. Okay, so what you can refer more of the schedule with your introducer, right? Lucky Han, okay, when the English version app finish, we are targeting around end of this month for the English version to be released, right? As we have spoken with developers and everything, the schedule for the release of English version, end of this month, yeah? End of this month, okay. Moving on, right? What is the average ROI achievable per month, right? After paying the gas fees. Okay, this one actually subject to different risk profiles. We're talking about conservative, right? We can be as low as 20%, right? Compared with your high risk, high return strategy profile, right? We have different risk profiles to select from. That one can go up to around 65%, right? So there are different risk profiles that subject to each trader's mindset, right? Maybe your mindset, if you're going for middle risk, middle return, right? You're probably looking at 35 to 40%, right? So that is the ROI achievable. Okay. Moving on, robot can withdraw my capital without my permission? No, it cannot, Julie. All right. So as we've looked earlier, look through the API earlier, you see, as long as we do not permit the bot to make withdrawals, they can never make withdrawals from your account. Okay, the bot is only permitted to actually trade spot, right? Trade margin, trade futures, and then read your balances, but we will never permit the bot to make withdrawals. So with that in mind, at least you are safe, right? You have a peace of mind knowing that the bot will only work for you, but you cannot make withdrawals. All right. Carrie, you say, oh, thank God. Okay, yep. Can we hold, buy, and sell position at the same time? Yes. Okay, Peter, go. Okay, we're talking about the strategies applicable in our BDD trading robot. All right. So we have one of the strategies, we're calling it as hedging. So hedging is where you hold, buy, and sell positions at the same time. So from this strategy, I think it suits your trading mindset if you're actually looking at trading hedging strategies. Yep. There is a strategy for holding both positions at the same time, right? actually they got how many strategy available, which is most recommended, as I'm totally zero experience on this. Okay, Alice, you see, so those strategies are actually for many different mindsets. But as per our recommendation, right, we have the master trading profile, which means it's more of a medium to conservative trading strategy. Okay, so that is what is recommended for first timers who are actually not familiar with trading cryptocurrency, and then they're just starting out. Okay, we recommend to try out the master trader profile, right? Okay, at least follow-up question, is that mean that we need to keep changing the setting all the time? Okay, just to refer with this, you see, market conditions is ever changing, right? It's never constant. Okay, so since that the market condition is always changing, the strategy towards the market should always also adapt. See, we can adapt to the changes of the market, so at least to make it more efficient. You see, in trading terms, there's no one strategy wins all kind of thing, right? So it's not just one setting, but it's continuously adjusting to it. So who helps us to actually adjust the conditions and the algorithms? That is where the support team actually comes in. You don't worry that you're not, even though you're not familiar, right? You can get your advice from your introducers, right? From your technical support team, right? They will be advising on how to fine tune the bot for the best market entry, right? Okay. Is there a trading strategy presentation session? Right. This is, yes, as we mentioned, this is also in planning stages, which means that the timetable will be setting up and everything for the advanced classes. So in the advanced classes, actually, we'll talk more about the trading strategies, the market news, on how to fine-tune the parameters, probably doing an explanation on each indicator, how it works, the cause and effect. So that one will come to announce on the advanced session, right? You can also refer with your introducer when is the earliest availability, right? Hope that helps, Peter. Right? Carrie PKL asks, will there be any advanced BDD education once the English app is launched? Yes, definitely. As we mentioned, right? The time schedule, the time session, the timetable for the advanced class sessions are actually in planning stages already. So once it's available and everything, we'll be launching out the time slots. You can refer with your introducer to get the earliest time slot, right? And also just to mention, the English version of the app is targeted around end of the month. End of the month, we'll be having the English version. Right. Is there any other questions from the floor? Right. Maybe if it's hard to type, you can actually unmute your mic. Is this bot will make us liquidation? All right. So we'll just refer back with market conditions, right? Even with the best fund managers, right? There's no such thing as 100% win. But okay, let me tell you that as long as you're adhering to the strategy profiles that our team has recommended, it is very unlikely to be liquidated, especially you talk about margin call and everything. As long as you stick to the bot's trading strategy, you'll be on the safer side and you won't be liquidated. Yeah, especially you talk about when running futures or options, right? Or even spot trading. It's recommended that you stick to the bots trading profile lah. Louis asks, got any cut loss function? Yes, because it's so flexible. There's a lot of things that we can be that we can customize on the bots trading strategy. In fact, even if there is a cut loss percentage preference, right? It can be customized, right? You can just refer with your introducer, and then also, or maybe you can speak with our advanced traders team. They can actually teach you how to set cut losses percentage, right? Any historical performance BDD you can share? How long already this bot running? Okay, so when you talk about track record performances and everything, I'm sure your introducer has already shared with you some of the performance from some time ago and everything. How long this bot has already been running? Okay, maybe you can share with you a bit on the timeline. It's been running since, let's say, 2021 of December. So it has track record from back then. Okay, you can also refer with your introducer, right, to share with you. But most of it is in Chinese, right? So you get hold of your introducer, right? Okay, share with you all the track records, as I have also shown you earlier, right? Bot origin from Malaysia? No. Okay, let me show you. Okay, the developer of the bot is actually from a group of experts in Taiwan, right? They are a group of experts in Taiwan. So these developers actually have already been trading in the cryptocurrency market for quite some time, right? They've made their comparisons with other bots in the market, right? And then this is where they fine-tune for different features available. It's more flexible compared with the bots in the market. So the origin is from Taiwan. Yeah. Is the bot suitable for trading both ranging and trending in crypto market? Definitely. Okay. You're talking about the bot specifically, it has a few strategies. So there are strategies for sideways market, right? There's also strategies for trending bullish market, right? So different strategies applies to different market conditions. So just to answer your question, yes, the bot is suitable for any market condition, right? All right, guys. Is there any other questions you'd like to clarify? What are the future plans of BDD? Actually, there is a number of action plans in place, right? But I'm not at the liberty to actually disclose more. But just to share with you a little bit, right? Just a little bit, right? A sneak peek. We're talking about the BDD's own digital currency coin. So this is something I'll just hint from here, right? But the formal announcement, we'll probably have to wait a little bit more before we can release information on this, right? We're talking about our own BDD digital currency coin, right? To be listed on Binance. Okay, on whichever exchange platform, all right, we are not at the liberty to actually announce, but just be aware that we will be having a action plan to launch our own BDD coin. On which exchange platform it will be yet to be announced, all right, yet to be announced. Yeah, thanks for the assist follow-up, right? So we were saying BDD coin is launching by Malaysian licensed exchange platforms, right? Which platform? Okay, we are not at liberty to actually expose yet, but we'll keep you updated with all these good news in time to come. Your introducer will also probably explain more to you, right? When is the exact and the actual time of launch. Okay. Can you explain the BDD futures logic trading? All right. Okay, I'm lack of those information from my upline. Right. So this one we're talking about very specific strategy trading already. So when you talk about futures futures trading, I believe you can understand more from our advanced class session. Okay. Instead of getting your upline to explain on how the logic works, maybe you can ask him on the earliest availability for the advanced class, right? So the advanced class will actually, you get to understand more on how the strategy works, which indicator, what is the logic of the trading, right? All this from the advanced classes, you'll be able to ask more from there, right? Right, just to recap because our presentation here today is more on about the introductory of BDD trading robot so we keep the presentation to a general overview right? If there's specific things about you're talking about the strategy and everything, right, that one will fall under the advanced classes. We also hope to see you in our advanced class soon, right? Get more information from your introducer. Okay, as the time has come to late evening, if there's no further questions, okay, actually, I would like to extend a very, very big thank you to those who are being here tonight and taking the time to find out more about our BDD trading robot. For those of you who are actually shy to ask questions and anything, you can actually grab hold of your introducer, right? What questions you want to ask him on specific areas, right? That will be a great understanding for you, Okay. So thank you once again and good night to everybody. Yeah.